Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Natasha Lagrega, if this is your first time here. Today I want to talk to you about a really important topic. This is actually a video I've wanted to film for a while now, but I wanted to make sure I could film it when I was in a good place in my life, in a good mindset, so I could actually talk about this and hopefully be helpful to you guys out there. Today I'm going to be talking about dealing with doubt, anxiety, all of those things when it comes to college or in general doing anything that you care about. I really think if you're on this journey to something that you're passionate about, that you've wanted to do for a long time, you're going to have doubts and anxieties, and the path is not going to be easy. There's going to be a lot of unexpected things that arise, and I know I've certainly experienced that. So today I kind of want to talk to you guys about that and hopefully be able to shed some light so when you do go through these challenging times, you can have a better perspective about it, or at least some kind of reassurance. With that being said, let's get started. So for those of you who may not know me well, I am a pre-med student. I am currently majoring in microbiology and minoring in psychology, and I just finished my sophomore year at the University of Kansas. I've wanted to be a doctor for a really long time. This is something I'm incredibly passionate about and that I've been working really hard to achieve and hopefully will be able to achieve one day. When I made the transition from high school to college, I experienced a lot of doubts and anxieties that I had never experienced before in my life, and that wasn't really something I expected. I wasn't entirely sure what to do about it. I had a lot of these thoughts of, am I good enough? Am I smart enough? Am I going to be able to achieve this? I think we need to talk about it because most college students I know have experienced all of these things. They've experienced failure, they've experienced a lot of self-doubt, anxiety, and they've had people that they know put a lot of doubt on them as well. How you deal with that makes a big difference in your mental health and your success in a lot of ways. So I want to talk to you guys about this today because this isn't something you know how to deal with naturally. This isn't something anybody's taught to deal with. So hopefully I can give you guys some reassurance when you actually do go through these things and let you know that this is normal and that this happens. I think I want to start off by talking about a lot of the self-doubt that people experience. This is something everybody experiences no matter how successful you are, no matter how intelligent you are, no matter how many awards and scholarships and things you get. There's actually something called imposter syndrome. And this is something I've dealt with a little bit, and I actually think this is something most people in life deal with. So imposter syndrome is when you're successful at something, like let's say you win a scholarship. Instead of giving yourself the recognition for winning that scholarship, you're like, oh, I only won this scholarship because of this. I didn't actually win it because of myself. I didn't win it because of my own merit. I only won it because of this happenstantial circumstance. This wasn't really something I had experienced a lot before I went to college, and this was something I pretty much started experiencing really heavily once I did go to college. I remember last semester in particular, I was given a lot of really cool opportunities. I was still doubting myself, I was doubting my abilities, I was telling myself that I only got these things because of these other circumstantial situations and not because of my own qualities. I ended up having a lot of really important talks with mentors in my life, with my parents, my boyfriend, my research professor, and other people that I work with. And they really helped me get a better perspective about giving myself some recognition. It's not selfish to know you're intelligent. That's just self-love. That's a little bit of self-appreciation. And that's really important to have. That really helps your mental health if you can take a step back and be like, you know what? I am cool and I deserve to be here too. I just really want to stress to you guys how important it is to find someone to talk to. For me, my parents, my boyfriend, my mentors at my university, or even going to therapy. I know a lot of people are against therapy. I'm not. I'm a big fan of therapy. I've actually gone to a therapist several times in my life, and I think it has really made a difference with my ability to handle difficult situations and my mindset about them. A lot of universities have on-campus resources that are pretty affordable and accessible. I also really want to stress doubt when it comes to societal expectations. For example, STEM fields at colleges are usually considered to be the hardest. Everybody gives them credit for being the most difficult to get and achieve. And I really want to stress that this is a very toxic mindset. College is hard no matter what major you're in. Life is hard no matter what you're doing. And if you're a humanities major, for example, and you're having society tell you that you're not good enough because you're not a STEM major and that those are the hardest, and you shouldn't be complaining about how hard your classes are because you're not a STEM major, I think that's incredibly toxic. Just because one thing is hard doesn't take away from the difficultness of another situation. But if it's like if someone was heartbroken, you wouldn't tell them to not be heartbroken because there are people starving around the world. Someone else's pain doesn't take away from your pain. I hate society's expectations when it comes to stuff like this. I hate that STEM fields have this superiority complex. I think all majors are hard. They're just hard in different ways. You're doing different things. But just because society has this toxic mindset doesn't take away from your success or your ability to be strong in this world. There's a lot of other stereotypes out there. That was just kind of the first one that came to my mind. There are people who want to support you, people who want you to succeed. I don't think I'd be nearly successful as I am today if it wasn't for my parents and all the people around me who have helped me put my life in perspective when I haven't been able to do it myself. If I get an MD one day, that will be because of a lot of people and not just because of me. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about is receiving doubts from other people. Not everybody wants you to succeed, and some of those people are the people that you've known for the longest. And this is really sad. I hate that life is like this, but almost everybody I know has somebody like this in their life. For me, the people who have put the most doubt on me and made me the most angry about this are actually some of my extended family members. I've had some of them tell me that what I'm doing isn't as difficult or hard as other people. I've had some of them call me a dumb blonde. You guys are probably like, what? Because I'm not blonde, but I was, so that's where that was coming from. I've had some of them tell me that I couldn't possibly understand what they were talking about because clearly I don't know the difference between North and South Carolina. And oh, by the way, did you know Washington, D.C. wasn't in Washington State? I've literally had members of my extended family say things like that to me. Particularly the dumb blonde thing, I actually had that person say it to me in front of most of my aunts and uncles, and they all thought that was so funny. And at the time, I was a freshman in college, I was a woman in STEM, and for my age, I was a very accomplished woman in STEM. I started working in a research lab very early. I was starting my own organization while maintaining a 4.0 GPA and being very active on campus and off campus. So no matter what kind of doubt you're experiencing from other people, please know, just because they think it's okay doesn't mean it is. In my case, sexism isn't funny. It's really not. I think we should know that by now. Certainly we need more women to be in STEM, and we also need more women to stay in STEM. It's because of people who do things like that a lot of women leave STEM, and I'm glad I'm still here. I plan on being here my whole life. This is something we need to talk about. This is a huge reason why a lot of people won't achieve their goals. I've had people tell me stories of how women have left grad school because their professors have been just so incredibly sexist to them, telling them that they're out to get them when it's not true. And so no matter what it is you're experiencing, if it's some kind of doubt, some kind of negativity from other people because you are trying to be successful and you're trying to make the best life for yourself, please know your family and your friends are who you choose. I'm a big believer in that. You don't have to stay around people who are toxic and who are negative and who don't have your best interests at heart. There's a point in time where you need to be like, I need to wash my hands of this because I need to be me and I need to be happy. And in order to achieve my goals, I have to put myself first sometimes. A lot of this is much easier said than done. But all I can tell you is even if other people are casting doubt on you, it doesn't mean that you aren't capable of doing something. I guess if I want you guys to take away anything from this video, it's that your feelings are valid. Your feelings are not just yours. A lot of people experience this and it's normal. And I also want you to know it's okay to get help and to go talk to people. And now I want to talk a little bit about growth and how you deal with this. Pretty much all my freshman year, I got really anxious about everything in class. Every test, everything, I got very anxious. And then as I got older and I went further in school, I kind of set my expectations more, and I've been able to be better about my anxiety because I've put things in perspective. And so now I kind of have a better gauge on when I need to be anxious, when I don't need to be anxious, and how I can better prepare myself. Things like that honestly just come with time and from your personal experiences. But then just in general, talking about when you're going through these challenging times, when you have failures, because you will, everybody does. I'm not perfect. The smartest person in the world isn't perfect. So when it does happen, what do you do about it? I think it's important to take some time for self-care. Since I'm a little bit of an introvert, I need a little bit more time alone than other people. That's what I need to do for me. You don't need to keep the expectations of everyone. Sometimes you need to put yourself first, and that's not selfish. So for whatever that is for you, I think it's important that you schedule some time into your life to have those moments of clarity where you can just reflect. I guess my last piece of advice is nothing's ever perfect. You're never going to find the perfect solution, but you certainly can do things to put your life in perspective. It's always going to be a learning process. It's always going to be a growth process. And just because you're struggling in some things doesn't mean you're not capable. I hope I covered some good information here today. If you guys have any questions about this, or maybe you want me to talk a little more about a specific topic, please let me know and I will try to do that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and hanging out with me today. I will see you very soon. Bye.